Hey everyone, and welcome to day one of the Start Your Budget Here challenge. I am so excited to get started on this challenge with you. If you are new to my community, hey, I'm Sammy. I am the creator of sunnysideuplife.com. I am also a budgeting coach, a podcast host, and the creator behind the revolutionary digital budgeting system. And I am just so excited to get started on this challenge with you. I have basically spent the last 5 years trying and testing all of the best budgeting methods and helping thousands of women get control of their money, and now I am ready to help you do the same thing. A little bit about me. I am a wife to my high school sweetheart, Daniel. I am a mom to 3 girls who we homeschool, June, Isabel, and Melanie. We are from East Texas, and basically our journey to financial freedom started a little over 6 years ago, right before we had our second daughter, Izzy. And we ended up figuring out that we were in about $500,000 worth of debt. It was completely out of control, way worse than we thought. We were definitely living paycheck to paycheck, well beyond our means. And through selling our old house, getting super intentional, cutting back a lot of the excess and just, really being intentional with our money. And for the past 4 years, we've been renting a tiny 2-bedroom house so we could kind of start from scratch, rebuild, and we are a few months away from starting to build our dream home. So a lot has happened in the past 6 years. That's just the short version of it. But I am just so excited to get into this challenge. So let's just jump right into it. So we are going to be walking through 5 days of this challenge. And essentially what we're going to do in this 5 days is we are going to take my 90-minute intensive coaching calls, which is the very first step if you ever work one-on-one with me. And we're going to break it up over the course of 5 days into a little bit more bite-sized pieces. So although this is a free challenge, you are getting a super VIP experience with me. I would love to sit down one-on-one with you and chat on a Zoom call like I do my one-on-one clients, but this is going to be the next best thing, and I hope you enjoy it. Before we actually jump into today's challenge, you are watching this video on YouTube. I would love your support in growing my YouTube channel, so take a quick second and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my other videos. And if you're randomly coming across this video, you are going to find a link in the description here where you can sign up for the full challenge to get the free worksheet and everything else that I'm talking about in this challenge. So first of all, if you have not downloaded your free worksheet, go ahead and do that now. You're going to find the link in your email. It's going to prompt you to make a copy. Go ahead and make your own copy. That way you are free to edit it and do whatever you want with it. And we're going to be walking through that together. So that's what we're going to do right now. So challenge 1 is to list your income. So first of all, we've got to know how much money you make, right? We've got to know how much is coming in and when. So we've got to get it all written down in one place. And that's what we're going to do here on day 1, step 1 of this. So I want you to remember that any and all streams of income count, okay? This is your regular salary, your 9-to-5 income, whatever side hustles you have. Maybe you have child support. If you generally sell things on Facebook Marketplace or anything like that, give yourself a space here for that. And I also usually recommend to my coaching clients to give yourself a miscellaneous income or an extra income, because there are gonna be random things that come in that aren't necessarily from your regular job, right? Like we've been getting a lot of stimulus checks, or maybe you get, $20 on your birthday and you don't know what to classify that as. Go ahead and give yourself a miscellaneous income space as well, okay? So that is what we are going to do here. Just give yourself a short description, okay? And then we're going to add in the frequency. You're going to see my examples here that I've already filled out for you guys. But of course, yours is blank. So in the frequency, how often does this income come in? And on this worksheet, we give you some drop downs, and it's going to auto-populate this times per year for you here. So is it bi-weekly? Is it weekly? Is it monthly, quarterly? And if you kind of have a varying income, if you work for work on sales, or you're working commission, you're self-employed, something like that, and you don't really get a consistent paycheck, go ahead and just put annually as your frequency, and then put your total amount that you generally make. And remember, this is really just for your record. So no financial police are going to come get you if this isn't 100% accurate. This is just for you, okay? Then go ahead and give yourself some notes if you need to remember. Like, this check comes in every other Friday, and note the next couple of paydays, so it'll help you when you're setting up your budget. Or this check always comes in on the 1st or the 15th, or, you know, the 1st, unless the 1st falls on a weekend, and then it will be the following Monday. Lots of crazy things, right? Write yourself a note here so you can remember. Then I want you to come in and add in the amounts per frequency. So if this first check, the one that I've listed as my paycheck, comes in bi-weekly, how much is that check bi-weekly? Again, this is just an estimation. If it varies, give yourself a good average, give yourself a good guess. This is just for you. And then if you have those varying incomes, give yourself a good average, just something to get started. These numbers don't have to be perfect. They are really here for us to think and plan ahead. And if you simply can't predict this amount, just give us a good guess of your total income. Move on. Remember that done is better than perfect. Go ahead and just put a pin in that little reminder. Done is better than perfect. This is your budget. Okay. I'm not going to come behind you and double check it. All right. Step 4 is to use this information later of your income to actually set up your budget. So later, when you're fully ready to set up your budget, we're not to that part yet. We're going to just do this yet, so don't worry. Okay, this information is going to be the foundation of everything. This is going to tell you how long your budget periods are, when they start, when they end, and you're going to base it off of this. So how do we do that? Okay, if you are a one-income household, you'll simply start on payday, right? And you will go until the day before the next payday. So in my example here, say that we only have the first paycheck here, my paycheck, and it comes in every other Friday. And we say, I think in this email lesson, I put the 5th and the 19th. So we'll go with that. Okay. I typed 2 different examples. It's totally fine. Done is better than perfect. I just said that. Say, for example, you get paid every other Thursday. That's what I put in the example. So we're going to retype that really quick. Every other Thursday. And it's going to be January 5th and January 19th. So in this example, your budget period would run from January 5th until January 18th, and then continue in that pattern. So you could get a calendar, you could highlight all the days, you could write it out. Usually I'll write it out on a scratch piece of paper or something. But what if you have multiple streams of income? There's a few ways that you could go about this, and this is the really tricky one. So this is one of the things that I have to help my coaching clients overcome. Option 1, you can follow the pay schedule of the income source that brings in the most money. If it's the one that you're waiting on that partner's paycheck, or if you yourself have 2 streams of income, you're waiting on that stream of income to pay the mortgage or pay the rent, it's the main source of income. Follow that pattern and then just place in all the other streams of income as they kind of fall. So say that this January 5th to January 18th is our main stream of income, but also on the 15th, we get, side hustle. I'm just going to type that in here, is always on the 15th, and it's like $300 a month. It's a really small side hustle. So what we would do is the pay schedule would be 5th through 18th, but the 15th is going to fall in there, and we're just going to place it in there when it comes, right? If the income amounts are pretty close to the same, follow the schedule of the one that is more frequent. So in my original example, I had, the partner's income was coming in on the 1st. and, however much it was. So in this example, they're both technically bringing in the same amount of money, but we're going to go ahead and follow the one that is more frequent, the bi-weekly one. And then as it falls, we're going to just place the monthly one in there as they fall, right? Option 3 is if paydays vary throughout the month, simply just do a monthly budget. Say you work in sales, you work in commission, you work, maybe you work at a restaurant or something, you work in tips, something like that, where money's just coming in all the time, or it's very unpredictable. Simply do a monthly budget. Run it from the 1st to the 31st or the 30th, whatever it is, and add an income as it comes. And what I would recommend is if you work one of these jobs where money's all over the place, try to get a month ahead. And so technically, let's see, you would be paying like May's bills with April's money, that kind of thing. That would be the goal to work towards. That's what I always recommend. Option 4 is that if you have a steady income, but also an irregular side hustle, follow the pattern of your regular job and then sprinkle in that irregular income, right? If you don't see your particular situation, go ahead and reply to this email and I will help you out. That is one of the joys of doing one-on-one coaching, is that I can talk to you face to face and we can kind of work out these issues. Because I've had one family, for example, 2 partners, 5 streams of income. So that was one of their biggest challenges, was that the income was all over the place. But pick a pattern, and also remember, done is better than perfect. You can go ahead and try a pattern. Maybe try bi-weekly. If it doesn't work for you, try monthly. Don't be afraid to mix it up and try different things, okay? Look, you guys, I know that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now, which is probably why you signed up for this challenge in the first place. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed with your money for way too long, and I know that you're ready to be more organized, pay your bills on time, actually know where your money is going instead of, wondering where it went. And those are all amazing goals, and don't worry, we will get to those before this challenge is over. But I want to ask you what our real ultimate goal here is, and I want you to think about this before we get back to tomorrow's challenge. Our big vision goal here is to stop living in survival mode, be able to chase our dreams, start living an abundant life full of freedom and possibilities, right? Getting your budget set up, working towards those specific dreams is actually step 1 of this journey. And over the next few days, we're going to be working on doing just that together. So speaking of living an abundant life full of possibilities, I would love to know, what is your big vision goal? Why do you want to get on a budget? Why do you want to achieve financial freedom in the first place? I would love to know. Hit reply to today's email and let me know. Or if you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment below and share. I would love to cheer you on and encourage you on these big goals. So keep an eye out for challenge number 2, and I will talk to you tomorrow.